You said you had a lot of opinions on college, and I'm just wondering, given that you're doing so much other stuff and real world work, and you've got your whole life going on, which is awesome. I'm wondering if you're thinking that the timeline that, traditionally schools set for, for 17, 18-year-olds, to do that transition to college, if you feel any pressure at all to go to college with your peers, or are you, or how are you feeling about that in general?
Ooh, we get to talk about this, yay! Well, so I guess it's interesting because a lot of my friends, their parents it's the same mentality of, I want what's best for my child, and the best thing for them to do is to go to college. That's kind of the boom, boom, boom. But that is one difference, is that my parents, especially my dad, has never enforced the idea that you should go to college. Unless, obviously, if you're going to become a doctor or a lawyer, you need a paper for that. I get that. But for something that you don't need a degree for, college is just not worth it at all. And a lot of people that I've talked to that are my age, a lot of them it comes down to the ones that are not going for degrees that they need. It's more of well, it's an experience. Yeah, but it's a $24,000 a semester experience. That's not a great reason. But yeah, I don't think it's useful at all. A lot of people still have the mindset, and when I mean people, I mean older generations, have the mindset that you have to go to college to get a job, which is not true anymore. In fact, there's a majority of students that are coming out with an average of, $33,000 in debt, and they're coming out of college for jobs that aren't available. It's a massive, so I'm looking up to my millennial generation over here and how they're dealing with it. And it just seems obvious for me not to go. So.
Yeah, that's really insightful. And I hear you 100% about, where you're heading somewhat, right? You know the direction. Doesn't sound like you're interested in becoming a doctor. Maybe, but I'll bet you if you decided you wanted to be, you would know how to do all the learning necessary in order to make that happen. But in this current space that you're in, which is more in the creative side, the idea of a college experience is there's an opportunity cost of just the time that you spend. You won't be getting the type of exposure and opportunity to learn as you're doing now if you're at a university, and you're paying money out of pocket as well, or going into debt.
Yeah, well, and it's also, if you think about it from my situation, if I go to college for minimum of 4 years, right? I pretty much lose contact with pretty much everybody that I've met. That's right. I can't just call them 4 years later, hey, I'm out and I'm better than ever. And they're like, I don't know you anymore. You've changed.